Hiya and welcome to our E3 talk. I am Kitty.
And I am Surimi.
And I am PowerToMario.
And I am PowerToMario.
Alright. Say, this time we're talking about something from Japan, kind of. Well, yeah, it is from Sony. The end. There you go. That's
Kind of fitting.
Yep.
Yeah, right?
Sony's a Japanese company, so.
Alright, let's hit this. Destiny. July 17th. To July 17th. Alright, you guys. Destiny. Is this our Destiny or not?
They seem pretty excited about the game. They were hyping it, so.
Yeah. One thing I guess kind of caught my eye is the fact that at first I thought it was just like the Sony opening, kind of a preview, because it looked like it was almost several different types of games, but no, it's just one. But I don't know. Very interested to see what it's about.
Right. Well, basically, I think we need to tell people what happened. It looked like an action movie at first, because it's like a shooter with robots and aliens, and it's somehow combined with planet Mars. And I have a good quote here again. PlayStation is above all else the best place to play, and we know what best is. And I'm just like, okay, that's what they said during that segment. I believe there's a beta and an alpha to play, and it's gonna be content that only PS4 people can play. And they're offering a bundle with a white PS4 coming out September 9th, with 500 gigs, white DualShock 4, etc., etc. So it looked interesting. It really looked like a movie. There was a lot of space and stuff, and I'm usually not a fan of it, but it looked nice.
Or you could always wait for the PC beta.
Space.
Wait, you're gonna wait for the PC version?
Yeah, you can always wait for the PC version. It's going to be better.
Probably, maybe, if they port it right.
Well, allow me to say that this game looks legitimately interesting. This could be like one of those AAA titles or killer apps or whatever term the industry likes to use.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it looks like a mix of so many themes and archetypes that people just love. You're in space. There's like elements of like a western. There's magic and mysticism. There's multiplayer. There's guns.
And planets.
And planets. Yeah, of course. You gotta
Like
have
WildStar.
planets. Yeah. And people are digging WildStar, so why wouldn't they dig this game? And it's made by Bungie, and Bungie has a track record of success.
Yeah, Bungie's responsible for the good Halo games.
Yeah.
So,
I thought
my opinion, of course.
I thought Bungie is just responsible for the jumping. I had to. Anyway, keep going.
Oh, jumping.
I went
Moving
there.
on.
Yeah.
Yes, moving on. And I really like bundles. Anybody who knows me knows this very well. I love bundles. That's how I get into a console. And hey, this may be my entry point to the PS4.
Sony, potential buyer.
Yep.
It's kind of clever because with this bundle, they talk about Destiny. It could be your Destiny bundle.
Exactly. It is my destiny.
Owning a PS4 could be your Destiny.
Yep.
Yes.
The
As long as
puns
I
are
pick
strong.
up Destiny.
The puns are strong with this one, I can tell.
Yeah, but final thoughts for me. Good that they're having these bundles because, let's face it, new or next-gen consoles haven't exactly been selling very well, so the more attractive bundles, the better, especially right now.
I'm always digging good bundles, period. I feel like they haven't done that a lot recently, like anybody,
Eats more bundles.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be the
Yeah.
hashtag. Oh.
Needs more bundles, yes.
Just make sure it's humble.
Oh god.
Oh.
I told you the puns are strong with this one. Oh god.
I guess so, apparently.
Well, any more opinions about our destiny here? Oh, God. Nope. Okay.
I think
No. I'm gonna go bungee jumping later, guys. No, I'm kidding.
Did
I
you
think
wanna...
Bungie's destiny is looking bright.
Right. Oh, God. All them puns. Oh. Cool. Let's move on before we make even more bad puns and people are gonna compare us to Chubby Conroy. The Order
Yeah, please.
1886, which was the trailer had some sort of zombie shifter werewolf mutation with some cracking bones and a neck that could kind of get longer, and he was chasing a guy, and it was I'm not sure what happened there. Not gonna lie.
It's basically Sony's answer to trending stuff right now. That's all I can really say.
Right. I was gonna say Resident Evil and Silent Hill, but then I remembered that's both on PS.
Wait, are we talking about The Order 1886?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Okay, well, when I first saw this game, when I first saw the trailer, I mean, it looked interesting because how many games are honestly set in the 1800s?
Well, Assassin's Creed. No.
It's pretty unique, and it's a pretty untouched time period by video game standards, and that you could see that, you know, with the architecture and the way the characters dress, and even the weaponry. Of course, there's going to be supernatural weaponry, of course, because there's plenty of supernatural elements in this game, and it looks like it could have a really good story, but I can't tell that right now.
Tommy?
It's a zombie game.
Oh, of course, right. I'm sorry. We should skip Tommy from now on. Anything with zombies. Like, yep, alright.
If Sam and Dean were protagonists in this game, I'd play.
Supernatural. Alright.
If they made a supernatural zombie shooter, then I might play.
Alright. CW, make it happen. Cool.
Okay.
Any more input here? No?
That's it for
Not for me.
Cool. So we move on from this weird, creepy thing to Entwined, which is available right now in the PS Store for $9.99. It is basically... It looked like origami at first, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's basically a fish and a crane, and I quote, "A game about two souls who fell in love but can't be together." And I'm like, oh, well, that's sad. And it kind of reminds of Audio Surf.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You could make the abridged title Entwined Audio Surf Edition.
Yeah, except that it's in a spiral. It's not just like a course, like a like a street kind of road kind of thing. It's in a spiral, and it seems like you control both of them, and they can melt together and turn into a dragon. They said you can guide them through 9 unique lifetimes, and it will also come on PS3 and Vita. Any opinions?
It's like it could be a Kinect game too. If you're controlling both of them, you can move it with your hands. I don't know if they're gonna use the PlayStation camera with this.
No idea. Probably not. I don't know. That seems kind of hard.
Well, they've kind of already stopped doing stuff with the Move, it seemed like, which was, PlayStation's motion control thing, but I don't know exactly what the PS4 does with all of that. As for my opinions, though, I think it looks pretty neat. Definitely really, really colorful, really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I can see movement working with like the two directional joysticks on the controller, so I think it looks really cool, actually.
Looks good.
Hashtag looks good again? Gosh darn it.
As for me, I'm probably not going to get this game because I'm not into rhythm games, but
Alright.
I see what it's going for, and I respect that because it knows what it is. It knows it's not like a huge marquee title. They're selling this game for cheap because it's very humble in its aims. It's just an experience, a short-term, sweet experience with beauty and interesting themes. This is one of those games that's more like a nice little painting, It's like a nice little painting. It's one of those games you could support the argument of video games are art with.
Yeah. They should totally bring this onto Steam. Actually, it's a good price, I think. And again, it reminds a lot of AudioSurf. If people have no idea what AudioSurf is, go check it right now. It's really nice. I kind of like that they added a little bit of a story there, and it's not just like, here, just play this fish and this crane. Like, whatever. It might be cool. If it's on Steam or something, I might pick it up, who knows, because I have AudioSurf and it's kind of fun. So.
Yeah. I like the way Nema described it. It's art, and I mean, it's really what it is. I mean, and art's good. Art's definitely not a bad thing, even for video game standards. It's just, sometimes that kind of stuff can really captivate people.
Yeah.
It seemed really relaxing, even though I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you control both at the same time. I'm like, whoa, that's gonna get trippy. I'm not good at that, I don't think, so, yeah.
You roll your eyes, and one works
probably
with the left eye, and
That would be hilarious. Oh god. Well, any more input about that? No?
Don't think so.
Cool. Hashtag looks good. Infamous Second Son coming out August 2014. Well, and
I thought it was already out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually researched it.
No, the DLC is called Infamous First Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. First Light. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay, purple electricity. Whee!
It's... I at first actually thought this is like Beyond Two Souls again or something. And then suddenly there was jumping around and attacking with pink light, and bam, the trailer was over. And in-game, there was this quote saying, "Please, tell me what happened." And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to know that too, thank you. What the hell just happened? I don't know.
So it's basically just DLC for Second Son?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say, I did not see any coverage of the actual game at E3 this year, because it's already out. That was confusing me.
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to go for that, saying, "Hey, look, we have DLC." Maybe.
Maybe. It could be. Who knows? Well, but I guess if you have the Infamous game, go get it. If you don't, and you're clueless like me, you're gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really say much about it because it was just a really, really short trailer that just kind of didn't really amount to much. Just really saying, "Hey, we're DLC."
Yeah. Okay. It's like okay. Noted. And let's move on.
Well, I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
E3 has become this place where it's become the norm to show off DLC for existing games, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Because shouldn't E3 be about the new games? We've seen DLC for Dead Rising 3. We've seen DLC for this game. We've seen DLC for Killer Instinct being announced. It's like, is that really the type of thing you present at E3? Really?
Well, you know what they should do or could do? They should just make a little trailer. Those trailers that they make where they just kind of show 5 or 10 second footage of different titles. Maybe you should just make a trailer for all the DLC to have and just go tack, so people know it, but they don't have to say anything about it.
Yeah, that would be better.
Either in the beginning or at the end of the conference. That might be better.
And don't get me wrong, I get why the companies do this. They want to show their DLC to the E3 audience because it gets hype for it and potential buyers already.
Mm-hmm.
That, and also the fact that they may not have any information on a brand new series they have.
Right. It's
maybe
good filler.
Maybe they're still working on the next Infamous games. So
yeah.
They didn't have anything to show, so hey, let's show this DLC. Which it seems like Sony and Nintendo did that a lot this year, but Microsoft didn't really do that.
Yeah.
So that's a strange thing. Microsoft didn't do that. But I'll save that rant for Nintendo. Actually, Nintendo might be a little more guilty of it, but...
yeah, they're not going to be immune to negative comments.
Good.
Nobody's
Yeah.
immune.
All right. Oh, jeez. Storms.
Yep,
But
storms.
yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And yeah, Song of Storms.
8 down up. 8 down up. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Yes.
as for the game itself, I have never played it, but
Yeah.
I did play the original Infamous on PS3 because it was like a free game after the PSN crash.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, it's a cool series. Not my type of series, but I can see the coolness in it. So
Mhm.
if you're into that type of game, like you said, Kitty, you should pick up this game and the DLC for it because
Yep.
it's more of what you like from Infamous.
It's like hashtag for fans. There you go.
Yeah, for fans. Sequelitis,
Yeah.
people. It's a real thing.
Sequel by this.
All right. Anything more?
Now that I noticed that there are a lot of games on this list that have like 3, 4, or 5 at the end of them.
Yeah.
And not a lot of original games. These must be DLC.
Who
They
knows?
could be. Might
Okay.
as well be DLC.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. We can move on.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Here we have a game that has been pretty successful on the PS console. It's Little Big Planet 3 coming out for the holidays. What is new is that there are power-ups like that air gun they showed, which makes, wheels turn and all that stuff. And there are new companions, or, well, co-players, I guess, which would be Otsock the dog,
Yes.
which reminds me of Poochie from Yoshi's Island. in my opinion.
Yeah, I got that feeling too.
He has super speed, and is faster than Sackboy. Also, there's Toggle, who looks like one of those Baba Papas, if people know cartoons. And he can become small and go through little passages. And there's also Swoop the Bird, who, well, he flies, which pretty much most of the time breaks the level. I don't So it can be played with a bunch of people, and for this installment, they have already over 8.7 million levels shared by the community online, which, wow, that's pretty cool. So, opinions!
This game gave me vibes of Kirby's, I think it's Kirby's Dream Land, right? With all the different
Kinda, yeah.
Animal
with the
companions.
buddies.
Right.
Yeah, and power-ups, yeah.
And I really, really appreciate that they took all the Little Big Planet 1 and 2 custom levels that you've made and have allowed you to incorporate them into the already existing library for Little Big Planet 3.
Mm.
Right.
I really like that. So if I had this would be a game. This would be a must-buy for me if I did have a PS4.
Mm.
I agree. I really liked the original Little Big Planet. It was incredibly creative, and it pretty much encompasses everything we like about 2D platformers in the first place.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play Little Big Planet, the first one. Oh god, the actual game was really frustrating sometimes. But I really like to go online and play like those really cool levels that people made. People made such crazy stuff, like complete dinosaurs on wheels and whatnot, and you could like have the stickers at the end and keep stuff, and I was like, oh my god. So it's cool. I like this series. It's just, well, yeah, I don't have a PS4 here, so it's like,
Yeah, me neither.
Computer release? Yeah, I wish.
This game's like the rich man's Happy Wheels.
Yeah,
blood.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I didn't actually think of it that way.
That's a great way of putting it.
It's kind of neat. There was a comment from people I was watching this with who said, man, that bird is like, you're going to be able to cheat through the whole level. But I'm assuming that there are going to be levels where the bird can just fly over stuff. Because it's going to be closed off. Because, yeah, he's
there are
OP.
going to be disadvantages.
Yeah, he's OP. He can, like, pick up allies and fly them places. And I'm like, dude. OP. There's not even a limit, like with Kirby, When he flies.
Wasn't it like revealed that the bird can only pick up light objects?
Well, he can pick up the allies. For example,
okay, yeah.
he can what's his face? Toggle, for example, he
Toggle.
has to shrink for the bird to be able to pick him up, but the others he can pick them up apparently.
Oh, okay.
Though in the dog's case, he can like wall jump, like from left to right. So the question is, how often will you need that with him? But for the others, he picked them up. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm assuming there's not gonna just be levels where you can just fly over stuff.
Yeah.
No.
There will be ways to stifle the bird.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, look at like all the Mario hacks they make. They just like cover the ceiling in like nipper plants, so you don't have to use the cake to get by.
Coming to Little Big Planet 3, nipper plants.
Oh, jeez. Please
or
no.
muncher plants, whatever.
Somebody make it happen.
Anyway, yeah. As for my thoughts, first of all, Toggle needs his own game. Second point, that lady who is playing the dog needs to learn how to wall jump.
I know, right?
And the third point is, honestly, this game looks really, really good. Little Big Planet's one of those series where, like Forza with Microsoft, that's like a series that I would get immediately once I get the Xbox One. For this system, for the PlayStation 4, that would probably be the game I would get immediately if I got a PS4. It looks really, really quirky, really, really fun. The idea you can like share these levels across a huge community of people is also a cool idea. And the gameplay looks like my cup of tea. I'm a very big platformer-heavy person, so this looks really, really cool.
Well, it's a good series because Little Big Planet is definitely kind of like the PlayStation's ADC. it's one of those series that has been around and it's probably gonna stay around. So yeah.
It's a must-buy for PS4 owners.
It's good. So hey,
I think it's one of the few series that Sony has like exclusively. I think.
Right.
Yeah. Usually. All right. Any more input about LBP? Nope.
I'm good.
So Bloodborne 2015. Really great graphics is what we saw in the trailer, and it was basically a bit of a mess. It seemed very, I guess, bloodthirsty, because they were like skinned dogs with no ears, corpses being dragged around, and some shady figure in a wheelchair. Any opinions? Why is this, or whatever?
I already know what Tommy's going to say about this,
yes.
but
it's a zombie game.
Is it? Is it really? It seems like a horror game.
It's an undead game. It's a horror.
One thing you gotta know about it is that it's made by the same director who made Demon Souls and Dark Souls.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Okay.
It looked like it.
So it's a very brutal, unforgiving action/RPG. That's what you're gonna expect from it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Because they didn't show like any story or anything. They just showed that trailer with those undead dogs or whatever and corpses and slashing and stuff. And I'm like, what is this? It looks really cool. It reminds me a bit of Dark Souls and all that stuff. But what is this? It seems really brutal though. It seems really gory, like, or violence heavy or something.
It knows what its audience is.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not someone who gets really turned off by gore necessarily, but even I noticed this game looks really gory.
I know, right? It was crazy, man. What the hell?
Take it up to 11.
Oh yeah.
12 even.
I might look into it because I kind of like games like that. I can dig it. But yeah, we don't know an awful lot about it, like story or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a trailer.
Yeah.
The end.
But there's apparently some sort of disease or epidemic. Or I think it's a curse. Yeah, it's a curse.
Same thing. Tommy?
I actually have a little story from watching the press conference. I was actually, I watched most of it with Blink and You Miss It. Mm-hmm. And when we saw the, I think the producer's name was Miyazaki, he freaked out a little bit. And I said, wait, who is that? I recognize that name somewhere. And he's like, that's the guy who's from Studio Ghibli, man. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, really? But then had to do a fact check and like, no, it's not the right Miyazaki.
No relation.
No relation at all.
Yep.
So I'm like, wait, why would the guy who made Howl's Flying why would that guy make a game like this? I'm like,
I don't know.
Oh, he didn't. That's good.
Alright, anything else about this?
Nope, that's
I
about
don't
it for
think
me.
so.
Cool, so they showed FarCry 4.
Of course.
Or some more, or whatever. They specifically showed the grapple and climbing mechanics a lot, because there was this colored tiger wall that he was going up, if you remember. Explosive barrels being pushed from roofs, and just apparently even the elephants help you fight. And the cool thing about this is that was actually really nice when I heard that. With PS3 or 4, PSN friends can be invited to join even if they don't own the game.
Right.
What's
Good
the catch?
work. That's awesome. I like that. I can
What's
dig
the
it.
catch, though?
Tommy's such a pessimist.
No, he makes a good point. Remember Nintendo DS download play with Mario Kart DS?
I don't know. I've not dealt with that at all.
Will there be very limited features available to these guests? Will you have to pay a small fee in order to have the ability to do this?
Well, here's the catch. You need to be on PSN.
Is that free?
No, I think. Wait, do you mean normal PSN, Kitty, or PlayStation Plus?
They said PSN. PlayStation Network. Friends. PSN.
Because then you run the possibility of having games come out. I don't have to get the game. I can just play it online through my friend.
Well, yeah, but you need to be friends with that person first.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of limited in a way. It's not like that everybody can just randomly play it.
So why in the world would I buy this game if I could just play it for free through someone else?
Well, don't.
Oh, okay. I just looked it up. Apparently, this feature is only available to PlayStation Plus subscribers.
Okay.
Aha! Yes! It means you gotta buy something. So...
Well, it's still kind of cool.
But here's the thing. You can invite normal PSN members, but the person giving out the invites has to have PlayStation Plus.
Well, there you go. One person needs that, and the others, it's like Skype when you do premium calls. Or, group calls.
That changed, actually. We can do conference video calling now on Skype for free. We're limited to a certain number of hours per month.
Fine, how it used to be. There you go.
How it used to be, yeah.
I can dig it. It's kind of nice. It's a nice direction to go to. I'd assume that what they were thinking, why people would still buy the game even though they can be invited, is you're probably going to want to play the game by yourself without having to wait that your friend's online all the time.
Yeah.
So that is definitely enough of a reason for people to still buy it, even though they can... I mean, this is like free advertisement almost. It's like, hey, I'll invite my friend, he might get into it, and then he goes and buys the game. So I see what they were going for here. I dig it.
It's just exploitable. It's not a bad feature to have, but it can be exploited.
Oh, definitely.
So can Let's Plays.
So can anything in the world. Anything can be exploited.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could just stream this and then whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed is that this feature is only on a trial basis for the invited players, so I don't think they can do this permanently.
I don't know.
I think it's meant to be like a teaser for them. They play it with the PlayStation Plus subscriber who has the game, and they have fun, and then they're like, man, I need to buy this game now.
Yeah, that's my point. It's like...
Yeah.
That they get into it, and then they, don't want to just wait until their friend comes online, and they go buy it anyways.
It's a marketing tactic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Be successful?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, look, I see what they were going for there. It's clever. It's definitely something more companies could do. That would be almost like free advertisement.
Like Activision.
What?
I could play Call of Duty with all my friends and realize how exactly the same it is.
Oh,
Shots have been fired. All right.
Pew, pew.
Now with 1080p graphics, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. It doesn't really matter what number you put at the end of it because it's the same exact game.
15. All right.
Now with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is a playable character. Kevin Spacey in Smash Bros.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Oh, no.
Kevin Spacey DLC.
Yeah. All right.
Let's milk it.
Kevin Spacey makes an audiobook about it. Oh god. Alright. Cool. Any more?
At the end of the day, yeah, I haven't said anything about this
Right.
yet.
Sorry.
As far as that whole thing goes with the online for people who don't have the game, regardless of the exploits, regardless of the possible fees, or regardless of the catch, it's still a really good tactic, I think. It still allows people who don't have the game to experience it in some way, so I think it's a good move by them to do something like that. As for the game itself, I thought it looked pretty cool. I actually enjoyed this coverage more than the Ubisoft coverage because you actually saw the gameplay and saw what you could do in the game, and I thought it looked really interesting and really a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I can interact with different objects and use elephant warfare to your advantage.
Yeah.
Elephant warfare.
And you didn't
really
see a guy get
that.
stabbed in the throat 5 times.
Oh god.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So that's something I'll definitely keep my eye on.
Yeah. Good series.
It's like what we said before when we talked about this game in our Ubisoft coverage. This game is brutal, it's outlandish, it's weird, and that's the appeal of it. That's the appeal.
Mm. Alright. Cool. Anything else about this? Nope. So, this is the segment where they brought out the fan mail, and where they claimed or said that they got a lot of letters from the community saying that they want more zombie-themed stuff. I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm so sorry.
I've lost faith in humanity after this press conference.
Aww. So, what they brought up was Dead Island 2, which, picture this. It was a very comedic trailer with a jogger who had a bite mark on his wrist, and he turned on his music and went jogging, and there was this hot girl passing him, and he turned around and whistled at her and kept going, and behind his back she was attacked by zombies, and as that jogger kept going, shit went down behind him, and he was just going because he was so busy with his music. It was awesome. It was friggin' funny and hilarious. I loved the trailer, so yeah, thoughts?
Well, you know what I'm gonna say.
Yes, Tommy is being excluded.
I have more than that one sentence to say. First of all, I'm gonna say this: it's a zombie game, so it's another zombie game. However, I will agree with you that was a very entertaining trailer to watch. Yes. And especially hearing, I want to say it's Jack Black that was at the end, was like, this is awesome when he picks up that zombie limb that has the shoe on the foot.
Yeah.
Takes it with him.
Yeah, that's right.
It's good.
And I think the song was appropriate too. It was kind of an up-tempo, happy-ish song.
Yeah.
And there's people getting mauled by zombies in the background.
Yes. That was great. It was a good trailer, and if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. You're gonna laugh your butt off, definitely. It didn't show an awful lot of, the game in that sense, but I'm assuming they were, counting on that people already know what Dead Island is exactly. And so they were just kind of making something funny, like, here, look, we got another game.
It's hard to elaborate more on a game where its premise is pretty clear.
Well, yeah, but
But let me say that I like this, and I feel like this is what the zombie killing genre, or survival, whatever you want to call it, this genre in general needs to do more games like this. Games that just change the tone from dramatic to humorous or something completely different. I like how this game is more like Shaun of the Dead or Zombieland than The Walking Dead or Dawn of the Dead. It's the combination of humor and brutal zombie maulings. It's a great contrast, and it's entertaining. It's absurd. This is what the Dead Island series needs to rejuvenate itself. Because if you ever played a Dead Island game, all of the previous Dead Island games were dramatic and serious business.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny you brought up Zombieland. I'm sorry, son. Just a quick note. If you remember our Microsoft podcast, when we talked about Sunset Overdrive, I feel like that this game and that game are going to be direct competitors when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
I think
good
so
note.
too.
Good point.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
First thing I have to say, Tommy. Since you apparently lost your faith in humanity, well, you could always become a zombie or something.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I still have faith in zombies, apparently.
Oh.
yeah. I actually agree with what Nima said. I like how, I kind of like the more kind of parody of the whole zombie trend going on right now thing. That's evident in games like this, and evident in games like, kind of like Sunset Overdrive too, I guess, and also Plants vs. Zombies. Kind of like this comedic approach to it, where it's just like, yeah, destroy zombies, yeah, as opposed to this whole serious thing. Not that the serious thing is bad or anything. It's a different way that makes, I think, the whole trend more fresh, as opposed to just getting completely overwhelmed by the same zombie stuff over and over again. Because I think that's what kind of makes the trends a little stale, when it's like the same theme used in the same way over and over again. At least with the zombies, they at least have two different approaches to it that will continue to make it fresh, which is probably why it is still popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead of people trying to leech off of Resident Evil.
Oh.
Yeah.
They pretty much pioneered the dark zombie game.
Yeah.
Definitely. And there's nothing wrong with serious zombie games. It's just that there's too many of them at this point.
Yeah. Everything needs to be scary and gory.
Yeah, funny trailer.
Yeah, very good.
Indeed.
Cool. Anything else? No? The next is something they just kind of mentioned. I'm not even sure what they were going for with here. The Diablo Reaper of Souls.
The Evil Edition?
Is there a good edition?
I don't know. I just have Diablo Evil Edition written down here.
Right.
I think it's the same thing, but yeah.
I don't know what they were going for here.
I didn't even notice it.
Wow.
Me neither.
Wow.
I guess it was just mentioned in passing.
Yeah, it's there. We don't know about it.
Yeah.
What they were going for here, guys. Any theories? Leave them in the comments. That would be appreciated, because I'm confused here. It's just okay. It's there. Whatever.
Apparently, it's
yeah. Maybe it is DLC.
I said apparently it's evil.
Oh.
I think it is DLC though. Some kind of bonus addition to the Diablo series.
It might be evil DLC. Watch out where you install it. Otherwise, it might take over your console and maybe something else. I don't know. Cool. All right. We just mentioned this. Cool. Moving on. They showed Battlefield Hardline again.
Yes.
Ziplines, yeah.
I was just gonna say zipline. Battlefield. We should call it that. Hashtag Battlefield zipline. The only thing I'm gonna say here at this point, from my end, I don't know if you guys want to say anything else to it. I'm gonna quote my friend Jay Cry. He said, "It looks pretty good, but it definitely looks like a Battlefield game." And I'll leave it at that.
I highly disagree with the comment that it looks like a Battlefield game, because it doesn't. So.
Alright, Tommy disagrees. Noted. Anything else you guys want to say about this?
Say what you will about the title. It is what it is. It's a cops and robbers game. It's got some cool features. And it'll probably have killer multiplayer, so I might get it. I believe I even said that previously in the EA video.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, nothing's changed for me.
Hashtag possible buyer. Alright. Slim?
I pretty much said my piece yesterday, or not yesterday, but in the
other
when we talked about this game. Yeah, the other conference this is mentioned.
Alright.
Looks like a really cool game. Still wondering why it's a Battlefield game, because I do not get a Battlefield vibe from this. I don't know what your friend was thinking, but I don't know. I guess I haven't played a lot of Battlefield to really know that much, but it just seems more like a new IP than a Battlefield game to me.
Right.
Alright. Cool, alright. Disclaimer, go check the other video we did for opinions on this.
EA.
EA Sports. It's in the game. Anyway. Good place to put it. Okay, so they mentioned in passing Disney Infinity.
Oh, yes.
Woohoo.
Yay?
I didn't notice that.
You did? Of course
No.
not. Tommy has
It's
selective
the
hearing.
2.0 edition.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's
It wasn't-
good times.
It was another thing that was kind of just mentioned in passing, I think.
Yeah. It's just like, here, we got this. GG.
And it's gonna have Marvel characters. Woo!
The funny part is, I mean, it's a Disney game, yet it was still, even though it was barely mentioned, it still got more coverage in this conference than Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 had 2 seconds.
Yeah. It's, do
I
we
think
need
that's
to
funny.
say anything to this?
Well, I will say this: thumbs up for including Samuel L. Jackson's portrayal of Nick Fury in the game.
Alright.
That is confirmed.
Alright. Other than that,
Yeah.
hashtag it's there. I don't freaking know.
I hate that Disney bought
Pretty
Marvel.
much.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright.
Also,
Yeah.
very quickly before we go on, I went ahead and did a little bit of research just to clarify this and to be at least somewhat professional. The Diablo 3 Evil Edition is actually a combination of Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls into a single game with some bonus content as well. So
Cool, thanks.
there's the information on that.
Cool. Cool, awesome.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on because Disney, whatever, it's like it's there.
And it's
Yeah.
not a game we're going to be playing.
Nope.
That's safe to say.
Nope.
It's not even targeted towards us.
Nope. Nope. It's a Skylander knockoff. I mean, anyways. There was this really evil trailer, kind of, because the kitty was blasted up. What the hell?
Oh,
Oh, Magicka!
Magicka too! And I liked that that quote they had there. Learn to spell again. I'm like, ah, clever. I see what you did there.
yeah.
What did they say? It's a user-created open world. Okay, cool.
Ooh.
It's there. I've any opinions about Magicka too?
I actually at PAX East this past year they demoed Magicka as a multiplayer. They demoed the multiplayer part of it at least. If there is a single player, I don't really know. It was okay. The multiplayer, basically what happens is you're given a set of elements, and to create different combinations of different types of spells, you do a different set of combinations of these elements, either 2, maybe 3, and they do different things. I think 3 total. It was an okay game. I played a couple games. It was kind of enjoyable, but I don't know. Not something I'd get.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion whatsoever. I think there's a Magicka game on Steam. The first one probably.
Yeah.
I think they offered it to you a few times, like for free even, or just from gifts as friend, or from gifts from friends or something. I didn't touch it, so I don't know what to think here. That kitty, it's dead now.
Oh.
That's all I'm thinking right now. So yeah, I don't know. Other opinions? Anything else?
I
Well-
have never even heard of this game before E3.
Oh, well, go to Steam. You need to be on Steam more often, man.
Well, it's an interesting game. It's an interesting looking game, I gotta say. I'm not sure I'd be into it, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just never know until you try.
Go to Steam, play the first one, or look at it, then you know. Yeah, hashtag go to Steam because, well, if you don't know the series, anyways. That's
It's
the first
interesting. It's interesting enough for me to try. I'll just leave it at that.
one.
Yeah, it does look very, very interesting, and thankfully I am one of those people who actually has the game on Steam. It's grayed out, so I haven't played it yet, but
Great.
I do have it, and I can check it out, and from the snapshots I'm looking on at Steam, it looks pretty interesting, so I'll have to do that now.
Yeah. Alright, there you go. Go to Steam to play the first one.
Yeah.
Really not a plug here.
I think I got it. I think I got it in a humble bundle or something.
Yeah, something like that. For time it was like given out, or I don't even know anymore. Cool. Anything else about killing kitties in trailers? Yeah. No.
They should kill puppies instead.
I know, right? No. No, it's cool.
I take that back.
All right.
Killing any small, cute little creature. No.
Don't kill
No,
me.
no. Keep the kitties and puppies alive. Kill the mosquitoes instead.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Nemo for president. Alright, cool. This next part was clever. They showed like this letter of this girl Sally, who was first
yeah.
12, as said in the letter, and then at the end she wrote, "I'm 10." And she asked for a specific game series. It was a joke, obviously. A gag, and this was basically the announcement for Grim Fandango, remastered for PS4 and Vita.
Yep.
So,
Best game reveal for Sony.
Really?
Absolutely.
He's not even sarcastic. Okay.
Here's the deal. Grim Fandango has been a huge cult favorite, I guess you could call it, because let's go over the details. First off, this game was released in 1998, and it's one of the best examples of the adventure game genre. You know, a game that's just purely about story and character interactions and a little bit of puzzle solving. It mixed all these great elements of like classic movies, of like the film noir genre, like The Maltese Falcon and Casablanca.
Right.
And it just created a memorable impression. You know, I never played it myself, but I've always heard about it for many years from other gamers. This game is like apparently this elusive gem that I need to check out one of these days, and this could be my chance.
Anything else? No.
Well, for me, I mean, it's freaking Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
He's a freaking amazing developer. Freaking Psychonauts, Brutal Legend. He worked on The Secret of Monkey Island and even like Maniac Mansion on the NES. He is really awesome. You could tell he's awesome just from the little gag they performed at the very beginning there. And yeah, Grim Fandango. That's looking really awesome. I'm actually looking forward to that.
I agree.
I love Tim Schafer and his works.
Don't forget Brutal Legend and Monkey Island as well.
He said that.
I said both of those.
Tommy!
Did you?
Tommy, you were busy and I heard you type.
I think I went deaf after he mentioned Psychonauts because that's what I thought they were going to announce. When they said, when I saw Tim Schafer's picture, I thought, oh crap, Psychonauts is oh no.
Nope.
But no, I still think this is probably the best game reveal that Sony had. Sorry, Slim.
Jesus.
And I mentioned both of them.
Tommy, stop
Sorry.
sleeping. I don't have an opinion about this. I don't.
Oh, really?
Nope. I don't know any of this. I was like, okay.
Well,
Get an opinion.
Anything else to say about that?
As a fan of film noir in general. Oh, sorry, Slim.
Oh, it's okay. I think my mic's lagging a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a big fan of film noir. Always have been, and this game already sold me as soon as I saw. I was already sold on this game as soon as I saw pictures of it and heard what the story's about. It's like, damn, I gotta try this game one of these days. And why not wait for the updated version?
Yeah, go for it. Alright, anything else?
I think that's about it.
Cool. So what they did here was to show a little trailer again, which I'm not sure if that's store contents or whatever that was. There were titles like Broforce, Hotline, Miami, Titan Souls, whatnot. It's a bunch of different games. You might have to watch the trailer if you want to see what else was in there, unless somebody has the complete list. Again, I don't know if that was store contents or what it exactly was. Do any of you guys know?
Indie games, mainly.
Indie games, yeah. They were showing a bunch of
trailer?
indie games.
They did the same thing Microsoft did. They just had a short bunch of indie game blurbs.
Alright, an indie trailer.
However, there is one game I want to mention from that whole list.
Yeah?
No Man's Sky.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
That one really, that one hooked me just on the concept. It was a trailer. You were on this planet. There's this weird colored trees and plants and different animal life, and you were documenting different species. And then I think you also fly. You also part of the game is flying to different planets, and one of the developers for this game said that every single player who gets online starts with their own unique planet, and not everyone's experience will be completely different.
And you're right, Tommy. It did stand out. It did look really interesting. In fact, a lot of people share the same opinion because even BBC News reported about this game.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm even looking at the trailer now, and this has about 855,000 views. It has 10,800 likes and 150 dislikes. It was a hit.
Yes. You could say it stole the show. You could argue that.
I still have the opinion that Grim Fandango was probably the best game reveal in my opinion for Sony. This one is probably the best indie game reveal.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It like stole the show when it came to indie releases because it really did stand out for me.
Alright. Anything else on the trailer there? No.
I also have on my notes for the indie section, I guess, Let It Die and Abzû.
I was gonna get to those, but cool.
Oh. Well, I had No Man's Sky after those two, so it's like...
Oh, those are first-party exclusives.
Well, actually, the order was Let It Die, and then Abzû, and then No Man's Sky, and I was gonna go in order for that, but that's cool. Now we just mixed them up, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, hold on. Let It Die, 2015. Abzû has no release, No Man's Sky, there's nothing there, but yeah. Go. Opinions about Let It Die, Abzû, and No Man's Sky, I guess, right now.
Meh.
What?
On Let It Die, meh.
Okay, so Let It Die. Anything on Let It Die from you guys?
I gotta share Tommy's opinion here because I am not an extreme hack and slash fan.
Well, basically, for whoever didn't or doesn't remember this, it was kind of just like murder and God knows what else on soldiers, and well, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I didn't write down an awful lot, which means it didn't. I don't know. Basically, it's like okay, it's there.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a like I said, just a hack and slash soldier type thing.
yeah. Well, let's leave Let It Die then. Abzû? Any opinions about that?
I wish it was Echo.
Oh, right, yeah. I know what you're saying.
It was
the underwater.
Yeah. It was basically this weird sea guy creature underwater, and there was a lot of fish and other sea creatures. It freaked me out a little bit because there were sharks. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. Other than that, I don't know. It looked again. These look like just games you would put on Steam again. Once again,
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's why it's like it was kind of covered with indie games.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah.
This is a first-party game, just like Let It Die as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is an exclusive to PlayStation 4, so it won't be on Steam.
Yeah.
Which is silly, but you know.
Kind of. What about No Man's Sky? Anything you guys want to say to that?
Didn't we just talk about it?
Well, but anything else?
Yeah.
Because I have some stuff.
I share my same sentiments with those two. Looks really, really cool.
Alright. Here's what I thought. I saw the trailer, or the footage, and at first I was like, what is this, future Minecraft on LSD? Because it was like a lot of bright colors and stuff. And it reminded me of Starbound. If you guys...
Yeah, I got that too, actually.
And apparently the universe changes based on users' actions. So if some user explores the whole planet, you're gonna actually see that. So it's like all connected. It had Star Wars-esque spaceships, and like Tommy said earlier, every person starts off on a completely different planet, so it's gonna be very individual for everybody. It looked kind of neat, but again, it reminded me like of a crossover between Minecraft and Starbound or something. And I'm wondering if I don't know, if there's too much space in it, I'm probably not gonna be interested. It's like too much space stuff.
I think one key for this game, you need to have things to do.
Yep.
In this game, you need a lot of busy work stuff to do with this kind of game. If you're going to do a universe type game that's that expansive,
like Star
I want missions. I want to do stuff on my home planet. I want to make an empire. I want to do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's what would draw me as a gamer to that kind of game.
Right.
If it's just if it's just like there's a game I'm playing right now that's actually a browser only game. And what you do in this game, you're on this expedition with this rover, and you're documenting all the plant life and animal life and whatever. If it's simply just that and plus space battles and that's it, this game that has a lot of potential I don't think will do well, but it looks really cool.
That's actually a concern I have with Abzû, because it's a game about being underwater and exploring underwater environments, and yeah, there's appeal in that, but how long can you stretch out a game solely based on underwater exploration and avoiding stuff like sharks?
Gosh.
Or maybe it was meant to be a short game, and maybe it'll just be like a really pretty and thoughtful artistic experience.
Yeah, visual novel type of game where you just kind of Who knows? I don't know. I feel like I'd rather stick to probably Starbound than No Man's Sky here, because it looked like there's a lot of space stuff involved. Like the robotic kind of space stuff, like spaceships and God knows what. I could be wrong, but if that's what it is, it's like, well, I already have Starbound and Terraria, and yeah. That's my minute. Anything else to the indie department here?
Anything else?
I'm glad you guys. I'm glad you guys actually mentioned the whole thing about in regards to. There's got to be something, or not that there has to be something, but there needs to be something that'll keep the game experience going.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the problem I have with games like Terraria and Starbound, and even if you go to Nintendo, Animal Crossing, because while they're amazing games that I love playing, they always seem to be games I can only play in doses as opposed to an ongoing experience. I'm just kind of waiting for that game to get it right, where it is something that you do want to keep coming back to, like every single day even. Because it always seems like they just have the hard time of getting people to stick with that. But at the same time, I guess that the way the human mind works, maybe that isn't possible. Maybe there's always going to be this point where people can't keep up with it. But I'd love to see a company actually do it.
You know what I'm thinking about this? It's probably what they're trying to do with Terraria and Starbound and, stuff like Minecraft and all that, is that probably you're supposed to make your own challenges. Like, let's say if you'd play on a server or with a friend or so, you'd be like, okay, let's see who can do this and that first, and then, probably, but it's just like, well, personally, I'd rather have a quest log or some sort of goal.
Right. Structure.
Yeah, some sort of something. Though, I have to say, I did enjoy, I played Starbound a lot specifically, so it's kind of like No Man's Sky, I guess. So it's like, I enjoy just sitting there and making my house and making my garden and, collecting all that stuff. But after a while, it does get kind of, okay, is that all there is? Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be cool. Maybe they could add an option to games like those, where you can either go with quest stuff or goals or whatever, or you can just play it, freely, maybe. That would be cool. So I guess we'll have to see what No Man's Sky is doing here. That would be cool. Anything else? To the indie? No?
I think that's it.
Cool. Here's something that I want to mention. I didn't write down an awful lot. I don't know if you guys did, but they showed that PlayStation camera.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yep, PS TV.
That kind of looked
Connect.
Tommy. I think it looked like a remote a little bit, if I remember right. It was just like this thing. I don't know. I'm just mentioning it for people who are interested in having a PlayStation cam or something.
Not me.
Me neither. I don't have. Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to say anything to this, or if we're just gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's move on.